Okay, hi guys, I think I'm live now. If you can see me and if you can hear me, please do let me know that I'm live. Today we'll be looking at a very interesting discussion. Many people actually have this doubt about the percentile that they need to get into IIMs. So that is what we'll be looking at today. Please do join us and we will be starting the session very soon. If you have any doubts, any queries with respect to your CAT preparation, you can feel free to message us in the chat. I'll look at all of them. And I'll try to basically interact with all of you. Normally I'm live every Tuesday at around 7:30 p.m. So that is what I'm plan to do. So please do subscribe to this channel. Please click on the bell icon so that whenever we are live, you can join us and you can ask us any of the queries that you are having. Nasib Punya, hi Nasib, very good to see you. It makes me feel very good whenever people watch our streams regularly. Somebody like you who is always very regular in attending our streams, whether it is an academic stream where we are discussing any particular or very important topic, or a stream like this where we'll be looking at the percentiles that are needed. So it's always good to interact with regulars. That's it, sir. Don't worry, don't get demotivated. We have a lot of videos on games and tournaments. Go through all of them and try to solve one or two sets on your own so that you gain the confidence. Games and tournaments is not a very difficult topic. It will initially appear very difficult because you might not be used to it, but you have to trust me because I've seen this happen many times. Once you solve 2-3 sets, once you get an understanding of how the games and tournament sets are, there are essentially only two types of games and tournament sets. One is basically a seeded tournament or a knockout tournament where the top seed plays against some bottom seed, those kind of things. The other games and tournaments are like say football group stage tournament where you have to figure out which team scored how many goals against another team or who won against these two. It's a round robin kind of a event. So those are essentially more or less the two types of games and tournaments sets that are often asked. But believe me, after you solve a few sets, you will gain a lot of confidence. And games and tournaments is actually one of the sets or one of the topics that many people actually attempt first. After they have prepared enough, they gain a lot of confidence. The three types of LRDS which I think people should be very good at or very comfortable at are one is games and tournaments, at least the usual games and tournaments, the ones that I mentioned, which involve seeding or it involves some round robin group stage event where there are like say 5 or 6 teams which play against each other and you're given some clues which will help you in figuring out which team scored how many goals against which other team or which team won against another team. Those are basically the two types of games and tournaments which I think you should be good at. In addition to it, if you get a Venn diagrams kind of a question where you have 4 parameters, something like say every student who is preparing for CAT reads at least one newspaper and there are a bunch of 4 newspapers. Some people read one newspaper, some people read 2 newspapers, some people read 3 newspapers, some people read all the 4 newspapers and you are given some clues which will help you in figuring out who reads how many newspapers. So these are, second one is Venn diagrams, third is arrangements. Arrangements or puzzles is basically something like there are 5 friends who have gone to a restaurant to eat. All of them went to that restaurant in different cars, or the color of the car for each one of them is different and each of them is probably sitting at a different place, or you can say that the cuisines that they ordered are different and you're given some clues which will help you in figuring out who came in which car, what cuisine did they order, where are they particularly sitting. So these kind of things is arrangements kind of a question. Any one of these 3 types, either games and tournaments or arrangements or Venn diagrams, in my opinion, once you gain some confidence, are sets which you should definitely try to attempt because you can solve these sets with a high level of confidence and the accuracy also will be pretty good. So don't worry about it. You should focus on the positives. Okay, let us come back to today's set. Ayushman Sharma is saying, what are the benefits of being a non-engineer in CAT? The benefits of being a non-engineer are very simple. First, you get a lot of diversity, academic diversity in many of the IIMs. That is one. The second thing is the cutoffs will be slightly lesser for non-engineers, especially in an institute like say IIM Ahmedabad. It shortlists the top 50 students who have performed well in CAT in that particular stream. So if you can be, because a lot of engineers take CAT, coming in the top 50 amongst engineers is actually more difficult than say coming in the top 50 of some other person, like say a non-engineer. He can be maybe a doctor or some other field which is not engineer, which is and the number of aspirants from that particular stream are not high. Then coming in the top 50 in that stream is easier. That is one big advantage in non-engineer, because these kind of things also happen, where if you come in the top 50 in that particular stream, you'll get a direct shortlist. Okay, let us focus on today's stream. Let us focus on the percentile that you require to get into top IIMs. To do that, please Google search, so that you will end up on this page. Please Google search Krakow CAT percentile required to get into IIM. Okay, if you Google search that, you will get into this page. The page URL also you can see, it is krakow.in. Let me show it. I'm not so sure whether I can show it or not, but essentially the link for it is given in the description of this video. It is krakow.in/CAT percentile required for IIM calls. If you want to end up on that page, please Google search Krakow CAT percentile required for IIM calls. Then click on it. If you need to sign in, please sign in. Once you sign in, you will get this kind of a page where you have to enter your details. You have to enter your marks in 10th. You have to essentially enter your academic profile. And we have built an engine which is a fairly accurate engine. We have gone through the requirements or the criteria for each of the big IIMs, whether it is IIM Ahmedabad or IIM Bangalore or IIM Calcutta or IIM Lucknow. All of the big institutes, we have gone through their admission criteria, and we'll take your profile as an input, and we'll use this input to actually give you the percentiles that you require to get into these calls. For example, anybody can post, like say Nasi Punya has posted his profile. Let me enter his profile, and then we'll see how much percentile he would need. Let me do it now. His name I'll enter is Naseeb. Let me see how much he scored in 10th. In 10th he scored 10. In 10th he has scored 10, so this is out of 100, so I'm assuming I'll give him 100. In 12th he scored 9, so that is say 90. In undergraduation he scored 7.5. Okay. He is a non-engineer, work ex is 24 months, and he is a non-engineer. He is a non-engineer. General category male. Let us see how much percentile he would need. Now if you come down, you will actually see the percentiles that are required. To get into IIMA, he would require probably say 99.6 percentile, but in my opinion it can actually go down a little also based on what stream of non-engineer he is. If he is from a stream like I just described earlier, where not a lot of people actually take it, and if he comes in the top 50 in that stream, he will get a call. IIM Calcutta also 99.6, IIM Bangalore probably lesser. Most of the others also you can see, we have given it for a lot of these institutes. We have gone through all of them, all their admission criteria, and we have built a fairly accurate tool which will help you in figuring out how much percentile you will require to get a shortlist from each of these very esteemed colleges. Guys, we have close to 70 people who are watching this stream live. Please do like the stream. I want to get to at least 100 likes before the stream ends. Please do like it, guys. We have only 23 likes. Let us try to get it to at least 100 likes. Let me look at another one. Let me look at Abhishek Parekh. Abhishek Parekh is saying he gave his percentiles. Let us go up. I'll leave the name as Naseeb today because I don't want to change the names. This guy Abhishek has scored 90 in 10th. In 12th also he scored 90, and his undergraduation also is 9. And how much work ex does he have? He has work ex of 13 months. Is he an engineer or a non-engineer? He is a non-engineer. He is a fresher. He has no work ex. Okay. No, he has 13 months work ex. Okay. He is a non-engineer, general category. So let us see how much percentile he'll need. Probably because his marks are slightly better, he'll need slightly lesser. But his work ex also is lesser. So I think probably that is the reason. Is for him to get a call from IIMA or IIMC or IIM Bangalore, the cutoffs are actually slightly higher. Ideally, you would have to score 99.5 plus, and then you'll have a good shot. HG is saying, sir, I want to build a good profile. I have secured 83 percentile in 10th, 88 percentile in 12th. I'm assuming BA is 8.17, BEd is 80 percentile. Now I'm new to this preparation. Sir, suggest regarding internship and all. I would recommend you to not focus on internship. Internship makes no sense at all. If you want to prepare well for CAT, then just prepare well for CAT. But ideally, try to find a full-time job. A full-time job will help your profile because it will count as work X, and so the percentiles that you'll need actually go down. Even if you're looking at this particular guy, okay, for example, if you see IIM Kolkata, it is 19.6 percentile. His work X is 13 months. But suppose his work X increases. Instead of 1 year, suppose he worked for say 2.5 years, that is 30. Now that 19.6 in IIM Kolkata, even though it remains 19.6, for IIM Ahmedabad it has gone down to 19.5. For IIM Bangalore it has gone down to 19.1. So at least in some of the institutes, the percentile that you'll need will go down quite a lot. For example, if you see IIM Bangalore is 19.1 now, if he works for another 6 months, suppose he finishes his 3 years, he's a non-engineer. Now it will come down to 98.5. So the more you work, actually in fact for IIM Bangalore, the maximum marks that you get is when your work X is 3 years. So try to find a full-time role, because even if you don't do well in CAT this year, by the end of next year you would have close to 1.5–2 years of work X, and then the work X will really start mattering. Those points also will matter quite a lot. It is much easier for you to get 98.5 percentile as compared to 99.6 percentile. I know that personally, I've seen many people, many smart guys, if they underperform on that day, somebody who is very good also, they don't crash down. Somebody who is like say a 99.8 percentile kind of a guy, if they don't perform well on that day, even then they will end up with say 98.5 percentile. So you will have some sort of a parachute, so to say, wherein even if you mess up on that day, after you prepare hard, also you will get a short list if you have decent work X. So focus on getting your work X, don't focus on doing internships. They add no value to your profile. Okay. Ritik Walson is saying, what can I do to make myself better profile? Why do you want a better profile? See, basically profile is not something that you can just build like that, in my opinion. Anything that adds value to you or to your profile or to anything requires a lot of dedicated effort. Now, if it is a half-assed effort, if it is a lazy effort, that easily shows. Even in the interview, you can't really talk about it. If you want to really build your profile, start going to an NGO every weekend, any NGO, and go to that NGO for like say 20 weekends, that is close to 4.5 months. Then at the end of 20 weekends, then you'll have much more to talk about that particular NGO or the issues that are facing that particular sector in an interview. That is how you build a profile. That requires long-term commitment, and you have to put in that effort where you are spending every Saturday for 4 months in a particular cause. Then your profile will look good. If you are just looking to get some certificate from somewhere, then that certificate has no value. If you are trying to do some remote internship, say, what is the point of that? There is no point in that. Nobody will really even appreciate that kind of a addition to your profile. Even if you want to talk about it in your interview, you will easily come across as somebody who doesn't know a lot about that internship. So it doesn't make sense. If you want to build profile, ensure that, okay, how much am I going to sacrifice? How much time am I going to invest? You have to invest a lot of time. You need not do it full time. You shouldn't do it full time, because right now you should focus on preparing well for CAT or doing a full time job. But if you're looking to improve your profile, ensure that every Saturday you do something productive. You can make a list of things that you find interesting, and just put in a lot of effort, time and effort into your Saturdays, every Saturday from now till CAT. What is the cutoff date for calculating work X? That I'm not so sure. It depends once the CAT notification comes out, but it will typically be around CAT time. I think around November or so, maybe October end or November end will be. Okay, let us see how many likes we have, guys. Please do like the stream. We have close to 70 people who are watching this stream live. We have only 38 likes. Let us get to at least 50 likes, guys. That is the first step before we look at anybody else's profile. Okay, let me look at Rahul Sharma. Rahul Sharma has said he's a gem with 10 in 10th, so that is 100. How much in 12th? 83. 12th. 8.2 in graduation and a work X of 24 months. And he's an engineer. This will be slightly tough because you're a gem. The cutoffs you can expect from at least A, B, C, K, L and all to be at least 99.2 plus, which is what I am seeing here also. IIM Ahmedabad will be 99.7, IIM Kolkata will be 99.6, Bangalore slightly lesser because I think your profile is good, your academic profile. But everything else you will require it to be 99 plus. FMS 99.4, MDN 95.5. These are basically the big institutes. SPGN maybe 99 plus. Tashish Singh is saying, sir, I left NMIMS Mumbai core conversion. Should I aim in repeat of CAT now? you should definitely aim, but try to also find a job. Don't, I would always recommend people to not do CAT preparation full time for many reasons. It is not just about your profile, how it looks on your profile, etc., etc. What I worry about is your mental health. On the day of the examination, you should not get very nervous. And it is possible that you'll get nervous if you are not working anywhere. If you feel that, okay, CAT is it, okay, I have no other plan B. If you feel that way, you'll feel very stressed out on the day of the examination. And basically on the day of the examination, you want to be as relaxed as possible. You want your nervousness, your anxiety to be as low as possible. Everybody will be anxious, everybody will be nervous, but the guy who is able to manage the nervousness, the person who is able to decrease the nervousness as much as possible is the guy who is going to do well. So if you are going to CAT exam without a job, and obviously you'll know that, okay, if I mess it up, then what am I going to do next? What will my future hold? If you don't have an answer to that, something that you can actually convince yourself, on the day of the examination, you'll feel very nervous. So for that reason, I would recommend you all to put effort and try to find a job. Yogesh Gupta is saying, sir, if one has a plan B, then if you have a plan B, if you feel that, okay, if I don't get into CAT, if I don't do well in CAT, I can join my family business, or I'll do some startup, or I have some other idea, then I think it is okay. Then also I would, like I was telling you, if you have WorkX, it will help you because the percentiles that are required will be lesser. Even if you're looking at this guy, okay, maybe Abhishek or somebody, or I don't know how much WorkX he has. He's a gym guy with 24 months WorkX. Say his IIMB is 99.2. Now suppose he works for another 1 year. Let us see how much will the percentile required be. Right now with 24 months, if you're looking only at say the top IIMs, it is 99.7, 99.6, 99.2, 99.7. With one more year of WorkX, you can see IIM Ahmedabad has become 99.6. From 99.7 it became 99.6. IIM Calcutta also, I think it has gone down to 99.6, I'm not so sure. IIM Bangalore, at least it has gone down quite a lot. IIM Bangalore gives a lot of weightage to people with WorkX. Now it is 98.3. Eminently possible. Anybody who has good WorkX, has a very good academic track record, and does decently well in CAT, gets a shortlist. So you have to think about it that way. हाँ तशीज मैं बोला ना, if you want to take CAT, take it. What can I do? I know that you have ditched NMIMS. Hi sir, I have a very important exam in August as well. I am preparing for both exams parallel but focusing on the other exam. Will September, October, November be enough to score top percentile in CAT? That depends on what the other exam is. If the other exam and CAT have some sort of an overlap, if say the other exam is say GMAT, where if you're preparing very well for GMAT, it will definitely help your CAT preparation also. So let me know what the other exam is. If the other exam is something like say CFA, which has no overlap with CAT, then I think it is an issue. It is definitely an issue because in my opinion 3 months is not sufficient to prepare well for CAT. This is my personal opinion. I know that this is not something that you're this is not the answer you are hoping for, but that is what I believe. I believe that to do well in CAT, you will need to put in at least 6 months of dedicated effort, a single-minded focus like Arjuna in Mahabharata, where you should have serious focus on doing well in CAT. That dedication, that sacrifice for 6 months is important for me, for anybody in my opinion, to give their best shot in CAT. Even otherwise you'll take CAT, you'll probably score well, but it will not be the best that you can do, which is what I always look for. Yeah, Shambho, the other exam is CFA level 3. I know, in my opinion, 3 months is not sufficient to do a good job in CAT. This is what I believe. You can always, if you have no other alternative, I know that CFA is also a very expensive examination. If you already cleared the first 2 levels, probably you want to do well in CFA also. I can understand that, but I would recommend you to at least spend some time every week preparing for CAT also, so that you can take at least 1 mock every week or 1 mock every 2 weeks. because you don't want again in August, if the exam is in August, probably I think the last week of August, then you'll need at least 1-2 weeks to come out of the CFA mode. If you are preparing very hard, you can't start preparing for CAT immediately from the next day. That's not happening. Realistically, you will start preparing for CAT from mid-September. Even if you want to prepare after the last week of August, your mind will not agree. You also would want to like chill out for some time if you are preparing very hard. Then you will start preparing for CAT maybe in the first week of September or mid-September. Then there are hardly 2 months left. Is that sufficient? In my opinion, it's not sufficient, but it is what it is. So probably try to do both of them simultaneously. Doraemon is saying, sir, you provide basics for quant section. Yes, we do provide basics for quant section. One of the things that I recommend is looking at the daily targets. They're very, very good for students who are practicing or preparing for CAT. So definitely check it out. Okay, guys, if you want me to check any of your profiles, let me know. Vedansh Palan is saying, sir, my profile is 658 and I'm currently working in CA firm as a trainee. What are my chances in CAT, IFT, SNAP and MAT? I think your profile will not matter as much in SNAP and IFT. In CAT, it will definitely matter. Unfortunately, because your scores are lower, there are many of the top institutes are actually very difficult for you. This is again something that I don't want to say, but it is the truth. So I'm going to tell you that. But try to do the best that you can in all the MBA exams and apply for as many institutes as you can. Don't restrict yourself to only the top institutes. If you get into a top institute, it is very good, but you should definitely apply for every institute. Pavan Teja is saying, sir, OBC 10th is 92, 12th is 98.6, graduation is 8.2, work ex is 24. Let me see how much you would need, Pavan Teja. In 10th, you scored 92. So 10th is 92, 12th is 98.6, undergraduation is 8.2, that is fine, and work ex is 24, okay. You are an engineer, Pavan Teja, are you an engineer? I'll assume that you are an engineer. If you are not an engineer, let me know, and I'm putting this as NCOBC. Let us check. I think typically if you score around say 98 percentile, you will be comfortable. So target, even though this is saying 97.5 for IIM Ahmedabad and IIM Kolkata, I would recommend you to target 98 percentile. If you can score 98 percentile, that will be pretty good. You should be expecting calls from most institutes. Okay, Aiti Patel has given his profile, 10th, 12th, 94.6, graduation 8, engineer 12 months work ex. Aiti Patel, your work ex is slightly low, otherwise I think you have a fantastic profile. Let me see how much you would need. Let me change the name now. Nasib has been here for a long time. Let us go with Aditya. 10th is 10. 12th is 94.6. Again, very good score. Undergraduation GPA is 8. Work ex, like I was saying, is slightly on the lower side. And Aditya Patel, I am putting you as gem. If it is not the case, let me know. And then you click. Because I think your work ex is slightly low, your requirements for IIM Ahmedabad, we are also slightly conservative, is 98.8. Maybe, in my opinion, you can even expect it at 99.7. But again, 99.7, 99.8, what's the difference? I am Kolkata 99.6, Bengaluru 99.5, I am Lucknow. So typically you'll be looking at 99.7 plus to get most of the calls. Guys, please do like the stream. We have only, I think, we are close to 60 people who are watching the stream live, but we have only 55 likes. Come on, we can easily get at least another 15 likes. Naveen Kumar is saying, sir, can you please tell me about the CAT 2023 complete course? I think our CAT 2023 course, which is just starting, is an excellent course. It is a very detailed course, especially for students who have not taken CAT earlier. This course is basically designed such that somebody who has just started preparation and wants to put in say 1-2 hours every single day till CAT is the kind of students that we are looking for. Every day in the morning, we will be sending you a list of videos that we want you to watch. The videos will include concept videos, where we'll be discussing one particular concept in detail. And at the end of the video, we'll be giving you a list of questions that we want you to solve. Immediately after a video, we give you a list of questions to solve, which are based on the video. Because that is what we strongly believe at Krakow. We believe in active learning. That is, you get better and better, and you also get more and more confident as you keep solving questions. So every single day, you will get a list of videos that you have to watch, a list of questions that you have to solve. And every weekend, we give you at least one sectional or one mock that we want you to solve. This is a very well designed course where we'll be completing the entire portion by say September or so, and then we'll start revision. It is a very well planned, very well structured course which will be very useful to students who are preparing well for CAT. So you should definitely check it out. The link for you to check out the online course will be given in the description of this video, or we'll post it so that anybody else who wants to look at it can also look at it. And we actually have uploaded a lot of videos also recently for which are topper interviews. Many of our students got into very good institutes this year, like IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore, IIM Kolkata. So anybody who got into these big institutes, we contacted them, and some of them actually told us that they also wanted to share their story, their CAT preparation story, which also we were very happy about, because we want them to share their story so that it inspires students. Like when I was preparing for CAT, one of the threads that I had to follow a lot in Pagal Guy was all I wanted to discuss about CAT. Because whenever I used to look at the story of how a person prepared well for CAT, overcame obstacles, it used to inspire me quite a lot. So after reading somebody's story, I used to prepare much harder with a lot more motivation. So that is something that I would also recommend you to do. We have a lot of these interviews with a lot of toppers. They will discuss their strategies, how they prepared, how many mocks they took, what were their weaknesses, how they overcame it. But in general, even otherwise, even not from a standpoint of preparing well, as something where you can draw motivation from, I feel that these videos are very, very useful. We have done a lot of those videos recently. You should definitely check it out, because once you see the interview of somebody who is joining IIM Ahmedabad, you yourself will feel a lot more motivated. So you'll work harder. Definitely do check some of those videos out. Okay, let me look at, I'll look at Karthik K's profile. He has just posted his profile. Let me look at his profile. Karthik K is 10th is 95 percentile, 95%. 12th is 89.9. BTech is 78. So let me put this as how much work X? I think he's a fresher. No work X. He's an engineer. Yeah, I think he's an engineer and he is NCOBC. Let me go with it. Yeah, because I think you don't have work X, the requirements are slightly higher for you. I think IIM Ahmedabad, you need 19.1 percentile. This is another reason I would recommend you to definitely start, take up a job, so that next year, instead of 99.1, it will be 98.5, whatever is required. If you work for 2 years, probably it will become 97.5. Then it is much more easier to actually achieve as compared to say 99. 99 also is definitely achievable. I'm not saying it's not achievable, but having work X will definitely help you. It won't show the results immediately, but after a couple of years, you will be very, very happy that you started working. Okay guys, I'll be looking at a couple of questions and then we'll end the stream. Let me know if you want me to check your profile. Okay, Atin Verma, I'll check your profile. Your 10th is 88. Your wait a minute, where is, okay, 10th is 88, 12th is 85.5. okay, BTech is 79. BTech slightly lesser. I would have been much happier if it was say 85. WorkX is 13 months. That is good. Some WorkX and NCOBC. Let me see how it will look like. Again, I think because your BTech score is slightly lesser, I think the required percentiles are also slightly higher. But otherwise, still you would typically you should target 99 plus. If you get 99 plus, you have a good shot of getting shortlisted from most of the institutes. Hi sir, Riya Khanai saying I have a 2-year small e-commerce business experience. Is it worthy for top IIM schools? The kind of WorkX doesn't really matter much. 2 years WorkX is good. You should definitely get that WorkX certificate. That is important, and focus on doing well in CAT. Those are the only 2 things that I would recommend you to do. Aditya Pandey is saying not an engineer by name. I am eligible for NITI. Your BTech is pretty good. It's very interesting actually. Prosthetics and orthotics. See, if anybody does engineering or bachelor's in this kind of a field, putting myself in the shoes of an interviewer, I would be very interested, because it seems like something that I would want to know more about. So the interview will be actually much easier for you. And I think if you don't come as an engineer, then it is very good for you. In most of the top institutes, your required percentile will be lesser. Okay guys, I'll look at one last question before ending the stream. Okay, Hariharan has posted his profile. Hence 99, very good. Let me go up. Guys, please do like the stream. We have more than 50 people are watching this stream live. Please do like it. 10th is 99. 12th also is 99. What is this? Too much. BE is 8.75. Okay. WorkX is 24 months. I think this is an excellent profile. Let us see how much he would need. See, because his profile is very, very good, I think the percentiles required are also much lesser. Again, he has decent WorkX of 2 years, so that also will help. Aati Pandey is saying our classes, Krakow classes live or recorded. We have some live classes, we have some recorded classes, so it is a mix of both. Nearly every Wednesday, we do have a live class. For example, tomorrow I am taking a live class in Quant, and we also give some recorded videos so that you don't have to be present live. If for some reason you are busy at the particular time, you can still watch the video live recorded. You can watch it later. Similarly, some of the concept videos that we have made are also recorded, but we also have some live classes. Like I mentioned, we are having one very nice, very interesting live class tomorrow on Quant. Okay guys, that is it for today. If you want to check your own profile and how much percentile you will need, please go to or Google search Krakow CAT percentile required for IIMs. We are giving one free mock for CAT. You should definitely check it out. In addition to the CAT previous papers that we have, all the previous papers of CAT are completely free on our Krakow website. All of them have detailed video solutions which are also free. You have to just download the PDF, and in the PDF, when you're solving a question, if you get stuck in a question, there is a button in the PDF itself. If you click on it, you will be taken to the video solution of that particular question. It is very nice. It is used by thousands of students. So definitely download all the CAT previous paper PDFs. Okay guys, thanks for tuning in.